January meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Village of Lake George to order. It is 4:31. Please mute if you're not muted. We'll have, well, we got two trustees coming in at the buzzer. May as well start the Pledge of Allegiance with them once they arrive.
Oh, yeah.
Start with that. Contractor problems. Well, you can lead us in the pledge, Joe, if you will.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll start with approval of minutes from the regular meeting held on December 15th. Take a motion to approve those.
Make that motion.
Motion by trustee Philomeno. Is there a second? Second. Seconded by trustee Gregor. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Chair votes aye. I'll take a motion to approve the minutes of the special meeting held on December 24th. For those who were in attendance. I'll make the motion. Motion by trustee Gregor. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Seconded by trustee Philomeno. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay.
I'm
Abstention. Okay. Mayor votes aye. Monthly reports are available for anyone who would like a copy free of charge. The Sanitation Department, Caldwell Sewer District, Director of Planning and Zoning, Superintendent of Public Works, Historian's Annual Report, and a calendar of events for Wood Park. Beach discussion. We put you up front, Greg. Come on up.
Rick Creasy, for the owners of Tours, also Sure Thing Beach Rentals, which was a business that you all worked with me last year for a provisional 1-year license. This is a beach rental, umbrella, and chair rental business. So the pitch last year was the Lake George Beach Club has a 20-year license agreement with the village that was enacted or approved by this board, I think about 2 years ago. And within that license area, which fronts the lower Montcalm Street, there's space for a booth. And last year we set up a temporary booth, and that's where we rented out umbrellas and chairs, and I wanted to do a little bit more, but we told Jets, let's see how this works out. Come back in 2026 and we'll talk about potentially doing more. What we found was that there was a want and desire from both residents and from tourists to utilize the services that we were providing. We were out there from pretty much July and August. Of September, things died down dramatically once Labor Day hits, but July and August were good to us. On average, we were probably renting out what we call 5 setups, a setup being 2 chairs and an umbrella on a weekly basis, and that was without really pushing as far as marketing. We were just physically there. We had some employees and some of our charter boat employees manning the operation. We really didn't push it too far as marketing, but just organically we wanted to see how does it do. And it did, in our opinion, it did fairly well. So we wanted to take the next step, and we were going to build a physical booth within the license area. The pitch to the board would be something that's 27 feet long, 7 feet deep, and the reason I want it that big is I've got to be able to store the umbrellas and the chairs someplace. The facade, the look of the booth would be very much in line with what the beach club already has, using the same paint colors. Something where if we weren't stationed there, you'd look at it, you'd think it'd be you know, you think it'd be part of the beach club as is. You know, additionally, we wanted to be able to store, an ice chest under the booth, as well as a cooler under the booth. Part of the pitch to the board is we'd like to be able to sell water. We found that there was a high demand when we were setting up tables and chairs. Hey, geez, where do we get water? Well, you know, and, you know, we'd like to be able to tap into that market, and we'd like to be able to sell buckets of water. So, you know, we've got buckets, we fill them up with ice and we put out a 5-pack of waters to the customers. Sunscreen, beach blankets, beach towels. I think that's about it, but
The
Kinda would-
beach toys you mentioned.
yeah, beach toys.
Castle, you
Yeah.
know, buckets,
Sand castle.
sand toys.
Sandcastle toys, you know, the thought is that there are people that come up here for a day trip or maybe they're staying in a hotel that doesn't have beach access. And they don't always think, okay, what should I bring? Or they don't always want to lug an umbrella and chair down to the beach or, you know, go hunt out, you know, toys for their kids to play with. You know, a sandcastle kit for their kids to play with. So we're kind of trying to think outside the box a little bit. Obviously, the village and the town and the state are investing a tremendous amount of money in that area. And we just think with everything that's already going on down there, you know, this would be another amenity that we'd be able to offer to, you know, not only residents, but also to vacationers. This year, we're planning on rolling out a seasonal pass where you pay a flat fee and you can use it as many times as you want. And what we found was that there was one woman that would come down with her kids and she was there on a regular basis. And, you know, she obviously lives here, you know, whether it's part-time or just during the summer or full-time. You know, to us, we wanted to, you know, reward that type of, and encourage that type of, use. You know, those are the people that keep us in business when, you know, might not necessarily be the nicest of days. So the request would be, we modified the license agreement that was drafted by Matt Fuller last year to provide for 1 year. I think we paid, the agreed upon fee was $1,000 for the season. The mayor was gracious enough to give us a prorated fee, so I think we paid $750 because we didn't get any in June, despite both you all and us trying to get it done sooner. It just didn't happen. Lawyers standing in the way. So the goal would be to, you know, we'd like to do a 5-year, if the board's comfortable with that, with an option to renew after 5. The reason for that is, you know, obviously we've already made an investment with new umbrellas. We bought nice red umbrellas. We bought nice blue chairs. You know, we're planning on investing in a nice booth that looks good. And, you know, the more we invest, the more we're trying to ensure that we're gonna be there for a while and be able to get done what we want to try to get done. So that would be the pitch to the board, to give us the approval to put the booth there, give us a little bit more guarantee on the timing of being able to stay there for, you know, initially 5 years. Yeah, the contract that Fuller drafted up is very, I would say, village friendly in the event the village finds that it has a need for that space or has to do road work or whatever. You know, the contract can be terminated and then.
Well, that was one of the things I would mention, because we do have a stormwater project that is scheduled for that portion of the beach, or the closest portion of the beach to the beach club. So,
Yeah, there is that catch basin that's literally right there.
well, yeah, we have a whole park planned for there. So, you know, depending on when the construction starts on that, it could be 3 years, could be,
It's like
you know.
the beat between the pier and the beach, right?
Yeah.
There.
that
Yeah.
section of beach where you can't swim, where I have the signs posted for
Yes.
pointing directing them. But I mean, you mentioned chairs for the amphitheater too, so
Yeah.
this business could be pretty handy, just not alone with beach stuff. Could be utilized for,
So
you know,
when you say it's like 5 setups per week, does that mean the people take the stuff for the week and then return it at the end of the week?
No,
Or do you?
we find they would rent it for a half day or a full day, so half day was $25 for two chairs and an umbrella, or you could rent each chair and umbrella individually, but generally people would rent what we call a setup.
Yeah.
The two in the one. It's $40 for the full day, and then our employee would, either they bring it back to us, or typically our employee would go get it at the end of the day.
It'd be somewhere in the park,
Yes,
likely, yeah.
There's nothing to prohibit somebody if they wanted to take it and bring it to their house, I suppose they could. We did get that request, and we said, yeah, sure. It's a little strange to me, but I don't know what they were.
Yeah, I was just curious. I have no
If
idea.
They wanted to pay for it, we were willing to rent it.
Yeah, totally.
Tim, you have something to add?
Yeah, you witnessed this summer what it took to get the back truck down into that area of the park. I'm not sure how much that's going to protrude out. So that corner, you saw we had to back that truck down.
Yeah,
So
I,
with something more permanent, that might be an issue on that.
how wide is that area that you're covering, the stone area?
So I do have.
We got a sketch. I'm sure Tim has a direct need to get down there.
Here's the survey map.
Mhm.
Above,
And this
grade,
is-
anything down below there.
This is the,
Trucks need. to
this is
turn
all
over
like
to-
that stone. Right here, the catch basin is.
Sorry.
Okay.
In order to make that turn.
But
for
this is all
emergency
that
trucks.
stone area that, just like, called pea stone. So that's the proposed location, that's the catch basin, the flagpole's down there. That's probably soon.
Yeah, so it's option.
Came an issue that old garden area. With some of the lot.
I was gonna talk to you about that, about removing that. That would make traffic flow for your vehicles much easier if we were to eliminate that. And that was part of the plan for that. Once we start the work down there for even the guys, the contractors for the current project with the bandstand had asked if they could move those rocks. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. We'll have to put some stone down because they'll sink into the mud that's gonna be left behind, but I think we could remove those rocks immediately. That's a separate issue. Because, it's hard enough to get the catch back down there. Or haulers in the event of an emergency. I think it would be much more user friendly to remove that, and we could come up with something else, because that whole area is gonna be torn up and replaced with that new project for the lake walks.
Something to keep in mind.
Yeah, I mean, our plan is
Looks there's a lot of space.
to build it so that ultimately you've got a couple legs off the bottom of it and move it. Not ideal, but, I get it, you all have to do what you've got to do as far as infrastructure. Sure. But, just a simple booth, no top, be able to accommodate so you can stick an umbrella in the booth to, keep the sun and the rain out off the employee that's working that station. But pretty rudimentary, operation.
Any discussion?
The only thing, you mentioned about the toys and stuff like that, you probably want to just don't need any dragons coming after us if there's anyone selling that stuff on the street, like the Sunglass, the Shady,
I had a question about that also.
water would be one thing sort of kind of, because I think he's the only one that'd be affected with that, but
Yeah.
toys and towels and
I mean, we could,
Going to the source.
yeah,
Going
yeah.
right to the beach and you're
Yeah.
coming off the
we
stream.
could,
to
we
everybody
could
else
discuss
like
that further,
Yeah.
maybe that's where he sources it from, is
Right.
maybe one of the local businesses. Would you be amenable to making
Yeah,
a
I don't have a problem.
compromise with some of the, one of the local purveyors that, that sells that stuff? And
so
so,
maybe even work something out to purveyor. You don't even have to purchase that stuff and just.
do it as a markup, yeah.
Cost plus.
Just because we know when somebody's gonna come and say, I sell that, why'd you let him do that at the?
We hear.
So we try to avoid-
On the street.
Yeah.
It's like when we
And when
put,
we had the hot dog
Yeah.
wagon down there, we heard that.
Well, yeah, Joe had a
That
hot
could work
dog
to fix your
cart
margins
or a
a
hot
little
dog.
Yeah, I mean,
booth
I'm,
down there.
I'm not looking to.
Yeah.
Make a, to me, I mean, look. the
Just a
entire
complimentary
business
thing
idea, I
to
said
go
that
with
to Gregor earlier in the day, I mean, I'm not looking to get rich off.
Yeah.
this.
You're not gonna retire on sandcastles.
Not retiring, to me, it's more of a. look,
Convenience.
I've got a business
Yeah.
down there, I live in the community. I looked at it from the perspective of, looking at what the beach club offers and what you all are doing with that infrastructure with the amphitheater. And if I was vacationing here, and when I go on vacation, I pick up the phone, I like to be able to pick up the phone and say, hey, set me up 2 chairs and have towels ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would
I think
imagine
that's a
that
great
there's-
idea.
There's other.
I enjoy a cabana on vacation as well, or an umbrella at the very least.
Yeah, right.
2.0.
So, so to me, if I could support the other businesses around us and go through them, I don't have.
Just make it a consignment, right? He
Yeah.
basically sells their products on consignment, he marks it up, whatever percentage you guys agree to, so you make a little bit of money. You're still selling on behalf of other.
You're not
people.
lost and you don't lose any money.
Yeah. no.
That's the nice thing, yeah, you're
Yeah,
right,
right. I'm not,
essentially it's pure profit.
Right.
Not holding the inventory. Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead.
I mean, it was,
You wanna go? Go, go.
to me, it was more, we got our feet underneath us a little bit last year.
Sure.
And you obviously listen to the customers, and those were some of the things that the customers were saying, well, geez, where do we get this, where do we get that? So, some of it, would be easy for us to store, just a small stock, and we
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to store a big stock.
Right.
Like you're saying, so to have, a local business that.
That'd be
we
good
tap
for you.
Right into.
Yeah.
is-
It'd be helpful to not have to worry about the
Yeah,
inventory
right,
as much,
yeah.
should be.
What's the process of getting this memorialized in an agreement? And I know we have the existing one, we'll have to modify.
Yeah, well, we'll go over it with our attorney. As long as like I mean, I know there is, because it's kind of fresh in my mind. It was only last year that there is termination in there. And actually, I don't even think we would need to terminate it when that project comes to fruition, because there's gonna be plenty of beach left and chairs for the
Yeah.
amphitheater. A lot of people, it's wildly popular for people especially on Fridays. When we do the Fridays at the lake, locals will bring their folding chair and other people will look at them with envy because they really would rather sit on a folding chair than the stone steps.
Yeah, it's not a tough sales pitch.
No.
So we would go up to, and see people sitting on the ground and, hey, do you wanna shoot on a rent a chair instead? Geez, what's it cost? Setup's $25. Oh, yeah. No problem.
Yeah.
It's just another amenity that, we thought would be a good
Nice.
fit.
Something that
Yeah.
will make Lake George a little better,
The beach.
the beach a little better, yeah. I'm all for it. I'll
Yeah.
take a motion
I
to
like it.
approve Greg's proposal if there's no further discussion.
As long as everything fits in with everything else.
Yeah, right, and we'll make sure
I'll
that
make the motion.
traveling, motion by trustee Gregor, all second?
That's like
So
it.
does this motion include a part about where the retail side comes from, the supply?
Yeah, I probably should specify, so let's.
I was just curious, yeah,
So
if it
let's say,
matters.
make a motion to modify the existing agreement to extend the term to 5 years, the 5-year option to renew, same termination rights. An agreement for any products or services sold that are provided by by a company within, I don't
The
know,
village?
village, right, yeah, within the village, shall be sold on consignment agreement with them. Does that sound reasonable? I'll make
Your
that
motion,
I'll second that motion.
seconded by trustee Mentor. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Right.
Opposed, say nay. Recusals?
Aye.
Recused, Jose.
And if they don't
Mayor
want to
votes aye.
participate,
Well, then, yeah, that.
Yeah.
I got one more headache I gotta deal with.
yeah, well,
Now you're buying sandcastles.
we can give you the name of one of the people. The Shady.
Shady business.
City business, like Carol Lee, or Mario Fallis too, is
Yeah.
another one that would
Does he sell that stuff?
likely sell that
Yeah.
stuff, yeah.
I'll shoot you, email.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Very nice, Greg.
Okay, number 4 is correspondence. Had a couple letters, one nice letter from Dave Wick on his retirement. We wish him the best of luck in future endeavors, and hopefully his endeavor is sitting on the beach with an umbrella and some chairs.
You know where you can get one.
We know where he can go. But I wanted to take the opportunity to thank Dave Wick for all of his work for the community, albeit with Warren County Soil and Water, and then most recently the Lake George Park Commission. He's been a valuable asset to the community and someone you can always turn to when you have a question or need support on things. So he will be missed, and I'm hoping that his replacement is half the man he was. Well, he's not dead. I mean, he's just retired.
To the clerk, there's one quote. Sure, he's half as good as that.
And then we got a letter from the New York State Water Infrastructure Improvement Grant. Sadly, we were denied on our wastewater treatment plant septic receiving project upgrades. There's still hope for WQIP. And I may ask one of you to travel to Albany with me to lobby for our support with Assemblyman Simpson and potentially Senator Steck in tow. But I really want to finish have the wastewater treatment plant's inefficiencies be a thing of the past.
Could we maybe use Orta's new
Maybe.
usage of the plant as
I
a marketing
I
chip?
don't think that would shine very brightly, especially how well it worked out for the folks in Johnsburg. But I'm still pushing. We really want this project to get covered. But so that's for number 5. We'll start with some resolutions. Let me see which ones we can take together to speed things up. Because we had an attorney speaking before, took a little bit
These are all
extra time.
pretty
2026 standard mileage rate, 72.5 cents per mile. Johnson Controls wastewater treatment plant monitoring system. Doesn't appear to have,
Actually went down in
I think it
price.
went down, yeah. So that's a no-brainer. ASCAP annual license renewal, we have to do it whether you guys want to or not. Boo, I know, boo. Let's see, and spring and fall foundation spray for Village Hall and the Visitor Center, that's for pests and bugs. We'll stop there for number 4. So I'll take a motion to approve resolutions 1 through 4.
Does 4 have to go out to bid, or is it just ongoing?
No, it's $330 and $700
Well under
So it's well under. Cool.
under our
Just curious.
procurement policy.
I'll make that motion to approve resolution 1 through 4.
Okay,
I'll second. Motion to approve.
motion by trustee Philomeno, seconded by trustee Mentor. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Opposed, say nay. Mayor votes aye. We've had a few bids for 2 bids for the Fridays at the lake. Given to Fry, turned out to be the winning bid. We've had one other bid that came in, I think like $100
Yeah.
less or
So
something. It was-
they came in at 1,600 Shafisa saw with A&S Spice on Wheels. And then we also received one from Lydia's Empanadas for $12.80. We received 3. One that was received after the deadlines, which means we cannot accept it.
Yeah, it says the empanadas is not Mexican food because, if you'll recall, I try not to sell what's prevalently sold on that block or in the village, like we wouldn't rent to, allow a pizza place or a Mexican place across the street from a Mexican restaurant. So the empanada lady said it is not Mexican food. Just thought I'd bring that to attention. So given to Fry came in at the highest, we'll take a motion to award that food vendor.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by trustee Master Domenico. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Seconded by trustee Philomeno. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Mayor votes aye. Bounce House Award to the vendor. Let me get past the vendors. Who was our winner? We just have one.
It's just one.
Just one person responded to the RFP, and it is AA tents and inflatables. Big Austin Clements is the owner. We worked with him in the past year or a couple of years. I'll make that motion to approve AA tents and inflatables.
I'll second it.
Seconded by trustee Master Domenico. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Mayor votes aye. So four-wheelers, ATVs, side-by-sides. Each year for the month of February, we have the Winter Carnival and several other events such as ice bars. Given that it is our streets off to the west of Route 9 or Canada Street, we've allowed side-by-sides and four-wheelers to utilize the street. They may cross Canada Street to get to businesses, but they're not allowed to run along Canada Street. Although at times, some of them do, and depending if we have ice, which hope we do, it's less of an issue if they can ride on the lake. There is a path that we approve for them, and we have a map to go with it. Each year, it's been pretty well received because a lot of people there's no places for them to ride these things, and they really look forward and travel from far and wide to come here, so they can have that bit of freedom and they can go exploring, and sometimes they even go house shopping. I've heard of a couple instances where they drove by a house on their side by side in the winter and found the owner and tracked him down and made a deal. So it's kind of neat, but it definitely puts heads in beds. It gives people a good reason to come to the village of Lake George and frequent our establishments. So I'll take a motion. If there's no further discussion, I'll take a motion to approve us revisiting our formerly approved resolution.
Make the motion.
Motion by trustee Gregor,
I'll second the motion.
seconded by trustee Mentor. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay.
Read from it.
No,
No opposed.
no opposed.
This
Mayor
year.
votes aye.
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
Fantastic.
Hey, they were not used to that.
It's a no-brainer.
Was the opposed in the past?
It was a long discussion.
Yeah.
It was a long discussion.
Didn't redo it, I mean, you know.
No.
What's
Oh,
bad about
goodness, that
having
was
something
good,
else to
Joe.
do here in the winter?
That was good.
I mean,
We need to grow that list, not shrink it.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We need stuff to do here.
So we have an election in March. To finish out the term of a trustee that resigned. For 1 year, and then you get to run again.
The one
27.
clarification I'd like
Hopefully
to
it's
let
me.
I'd like to let you guys know about on this is that at this point, I have gotten a yes from Christine Malella, and I've gotten a yes from Rosemary Earl. She's normally our alternate. I'm waiting to hear back from Art Markey. She just had to check her schedule to make sure she could still do it. Assuming she can still do it, she will be the chairman. If she cannot do it, then what would happen is Rosemary Earl would move up to the position of regular election inspector, and then I would get somebody else as an alternate, but assuming that Markey doesn't have anything that's
Plans.
conflicting with it, she'd be the one.
So polling place and time will be from noon to 9 PM at 20 Old Post Road, right across the parking lot. And it would be Wednesday, March 18th, which is oddly enough, usually on a Tuesday, but St. Patrick's Day is on the Tuesday.
I get an extra day of
So
campaign.
an extra day to have some green beer and campaign.
Get those petitions.
I'm working on it, so we talking about that. for me.
Motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by trustee Master Domenico,
I'll second that.
seconded by trustee Filomeno. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Mayor votes aye. Special event or facilities use. I'll call this miscellaneous because it is all over the place. The Celebration of Nations, Festival of Tribes. It's kind of just gonna take over the entire village and surrounding properties. For October 2nd to the 4th, the 9th to 11th. Shepherd Park at September 26th, October 8th, and Charles Wood Park from September 28th to October 11th. This will consist of multifaceted events, mainly lacrosse and some historic Native American, would we say wares
Whereas, yes, it's,
and trading,
Yep.
wampum.
yep, at the rec center. It'll be 2 weekends of lacrosse tournaments, with roughly 100 to 150 teams. First weekend's an adult tournament, second weekend's a youth tournament. The butts right up to the Columbus holidays, so the kids can stay an extra night in the hotels rather than coming back. We purposely did that.
We like that.
Well, it also helps prove a point with the youth sports, the fastest growing industry in the country. That we should definitely get a piece of that pie, so I'll be doing it at the rec centers here. I think we could push that narrative along. Shepherd Park, there'll be a series of speaking lectures or so on, as well as dance, song and drum performances, hoop dancing, things of that nature. And at Charles Ardwood Park, this is what's really cool, actually. Brought this in for you guys, so you could get an idea what's gonna be in the park. So in the park itself, we're gonna have vendors there selling Native American wares, things of that nature. But it's also, it's bigger than that. It's gonna be a giant art installation. These banners are roughly 14 feet high by 20 feet wide. Will you on the top? It's beautiful. More. It'll help you pass the time. So the first page shows what these murals look like. They're down in Florida now. We're gonna have our own made up. Every other page is the actual artwork. Some of the artwork we're gonna be showing there.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's cool. And one of the guys, Brandon Lazor, will be in town on Friday. He is Onondagan. He gives multiple lectures at Syracuse University. He erected artwork at Syracuse University. He's a member of the Haudenosaunee and Onondagan tribes. He's doing all of our artwork, our logo, everything done. I'm glad to say that nothing from lacrosse. It's Phil O'Brien, native player, Hall of Champions player, played for Buffalo Bandits and NLL.
Bill, is that the-
Oh, that's right.
is that,
Bill, yes.
what's her name?
Brianne's husband.
Yes, yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
So it's really cool because we're also gonna do a joint call on Friday with Syracuse University. I was at dinner at Brunetto's 2 months ago, bought a guy a beer because I was talking to the bartender, I felt bad. Little side story. He ended up being a trustee for Syracuse University Library. And there he just inherited the largest native, I guess it's someone passed away and gave it to Syracuse. So he's gonna do a call for us on Friday and we maybe lent several pieces.
Oh, that would be amazing.
For it, but this event takes place throughout Warren County. Lake George Village, Lake George, Glens Falls, Queensbury, Lake Lizard, Grazing Fields, and Warrensburg. So it's a lot. Right now, the majority you'll see is in Glens Falls and Lake George. But the goal is by the end of the third year to involve all 12 municipalities within Warren County. I said it before and because we're on the record. Warren County, we're one of 52 counties in New York State. We don't have government agencies such as ORDA backing us. So we're always in a dogfight, and rather than Lake George versus Glens Falls versus Criff and so on, if we all got together to matchstick theory, we're a stronger county, which means we'll get more state and federal aid, which means we'll be more fiscally sound. So this is what I want to do. I really like the idea of the arts. I own a bar, restaurant, but I also realize the value. I love my daytime dollars. I love the family dollar. I'm trying to create something that's not alcohol determinant. Because I've listened to plenty of events here and I cringe because I do know what the toll of what alcohol dollars brings a lot of late nights and every now and then a 2 a.m. phone call.
Mhm.
They don't want to get, but
And hole in the wall on the hotels.
but
Holes in the walls.
yeah. So
Gotta do
this idea that we're doing here It's actually, they have a permanent installations in Sarasota down in Florida. But I had someone reach out to me from a MSNBC affiliate, the national affiliate, asking about it. They happen to hear it on the radio. And so this is something that for our village, I'd like to get it on the map even more. Get more families looking at our area, get some more kids in our schools, and help us grow as a village. So that's what I'm looking to do in the youth space. Of course, our event, we're gonna have insurance, everything down the line from it. Monday through Friday, when the children are here, there's 42 school districts within a 1 hour radius of Lake George. We're looking for 500 to 750 students, Monday through Friday for 2 weeks. Partnering with Fort William Henry. Applications are in at the Battlefield Park. You're gonna see 12 of these at Battlefield Park, and a full village complete with a wigwam and longhouse, built by, Jesse Bruchak. So it's a lot, it's an undertaking, but again, it's a change in narrative of who we are as a village and really highlight all the work that's being done, between the amphitheater and all the work at the waterfront that we're doing.
Yeah.
It's really, it's gonna be a big 2026. It's a carry, but it'll be fun.
Just a quick question,
Yeah.
Mr. Anderson. How does the lacrosse tournament fit into, are those two separate tracks?
Yeah, so Celebration of Nations, a festival of tribes. I've learned just from being in this room for 2 years now, that what I enjoy isn't so much what you're gonna enjoy. And looking at my father, who gets every enjoyment out of his canoe and go on every other little pond and lake around this Adirondacks, is that there isn't one Lake George visitor or resident. And so I try to create something for everyone. We have a rodeo every weekend at Painted Pony, it's part of it. We have lacrosse, which is the actual only true American sport. If you stop and think about it, it's the only true native to American sport. It's also the fastest growing sport. And it brings people from as far as Maryland for a tournament coming in the area. So that covered the sports, athletics, and I just like the idea of the arts. I think that the arts, that's how education began, but the arts we really need it for this area. It kind of rebrands us and brings into this community a different dollar.
I just wasn't sure they were tied together.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah,
it.
as an umbrella, it's all
No,
together.
no, it's great though. No, this is amazing.
Very large shot.
Well, thank you. And I want to also announce that for his undertaking, Jose was awarded $100,000 from the county octax.
Oh,
So it's a good starting point and jumping off point for him to get this going. And even though you can't vote there, Chief Thunderbolt, I'm gonna make a motion to approve the Celebration of Nations,
Second.
seconded by trustee Gregor. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Opposed, say nay. Abstentions or recusals?
Aye.
Okay, Mayor votes aye.
October,
Training.
that's not gonna tie into not gonna affect. That Oktoberfest is not affect Jose,
No,
right?
yeah, that's why I ended my Shepherd's Park use on the 8th. Because I didn't want to cross over with John being in that area.
Being for the
Right,
Columbus Day.
well, because I know
Yeah.
one is this year, on the 12th, so. Yeah, that same weekend anyway, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
conversation with John about that.
Yeah, I see,
Yeah,
I see they
before he
got
left for,
Charlwood Park. so-
Chicago, that's why I purposely cut short our Shepherd Park side of the programming. For that reason, I didn't know if alcohol and cultural sensitivity
Yeah,
would mix too well over there, so I cut the Shepherd Park side for that weekend, and we'll be over on the Wood
Yeah.
Park side.
good.
Germans and the Native Americans.
Good.
There's a movie.
This is.
Since fighting words, but no, this is really great, and I
Yeah.
applaud you, Jose,
Yeah,
for doing
thank you.
this
Doing this
undertaking.
together.
Well, honestly, it's not to puff feathers, but so this really began over a year ago. During, I called Ray, we went for a walk. And anyone's listening, or because this is on the record, the newly minted mayor took time during a walk to listen to me talk crazy about different events and things. You fast forward, he got me to sit down with the folks that I needed to speak to, everything from Warren County, on up. So as much as this event is a big undertaking, it was able to happen because literally afternoon walks, 10 o'clock to midnight walks with your young daughter, just talking to people. It really was a community effort, and it's gonna come to fruition. So I'm
Good.
excited.
That's absolutely.
Nice. All right, number 7, training, Saratoga County Planning and Zoning Conference in the 11th of February. Debonay Myers, Kevin Mary, Carol Sullivan, Patricia Dow, Matt Shapanzik, Walt Adams, and Dan Wolfield at $120 each for the day. Hopefully that includes lunch. And then also I'll take in the same motion, UDIG training, 27 employees, DPW water, wastewater treatment, January 20th. That's coming right up. 7:30 to 11:30, $20 a piece.
Where's-
I believe that's gonna be at the firehouse, right?
Yes.
I saw an email today saying that, right? Yeah. So I will take a motion to approve those two training
sessions.
sessions. Yes, thank you.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by trustee Master Domenico,
I'll second.
seconded by trustee Mentor. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Chair votes aye. Discussion, distribution and vendor permits. This came about by people wanting to give things away, and not like religious pamphlets or anything like that. This is, I don't know, I sometimes feel it gets drilled down on too much, during, what's the one, the Polar Plunge? People wanted to give away hot chocolate or
Yeah, I don't. even
giving
remember.
some stuff away, but, would like to have a way to address it. A lot of times with the religious or other pamphlet handouts, we usually charge them $100 and then they get it back. And that's just so that there's a guarantee that they don't leave a pile of pamphlets or a bunch of things. And we're kind of looking to do that same thing. We just need a term for it. And I just wanted to bring you all up to speed. Is if you see another, it's like, we would call it probably public outreach. Just like if they want to give away hot chocolate or give away cookies at the Polar Plunge or for an event or something like that. It would just be a deposit and they get the deposit back. When like we've done it with the teen center. And we've done it with, well, they sold stuff, so that's different, but we've done it with the school when they sell water during car show. Never charge them a vending permit, but this would be private organizations other than our school related things. So it'd be more of a public outreach.
Essentially like a security deposit.
Just a security deposit to make sure that they don't leave a mess either. So if you guys are, we don't even need to vote on it. If you guys are in agreement, I'll create a new use for our use table.
And then we can vote on it.
No,
Well, what we would do is we also have to change the local law a little bit, just to
Right.
rewrite, to reword it. So that's, we would present that at a future.
Right.
Yeah.
Distribution.
Okay, so you guys are all
Yeah.
kind of cool with that? I mean, it's not a huge thing. Discussion on number 9 is new accounting software for the office. When we bought the server stuff, we had the server migrated over. The accounting software that we've been using for what, say,
I don't know. It's
25 years?
I don't know. It's,
I mean,
it's 10 years out of service at this point.
Yeah, we hung on to it for a very long time because the new accounting software is very, very expensive. The first quote we got was like $80,000 and we're kind of trying to do things in order. You have to do the server for $20,000 to $40,000. What was it? Acquisition was 20 and then installation was another 20.
Mhm.
These are big ticket items
Yeah,
for the office.
QuickBooks.
So we were gonna just do.
Myself.
We were just gonna do the server
Yeah.
this year and then limp along and then next year do the accounting software. But I was able to negotiate, well, let me get down to, you'll notice there's no transfers and audits on here, which is why we'll have a special meeting. We lost our accounting software because it could not run on a new server. So we had to fire the old server back up, reload it, and we're operating just the accounting software on that. While we're able to negotiate with a company called Edmunds GovTech, which is what the town uses. It's the most popular municipal software company in this region, Northeast New Jersey. They're very highly regarded. We had them here, we met with them. it's a decent guy to deal with. They discounted us with certain modules that we don't really need. We got them down from, was it 88,000 to 46,000. But I also was able to negotiate 3 years of payments rather than this year and then the maintenance years. So got it down to where Julie seems to think in her infinite wisdom of municipal accounting that we will be able to pay for it this year. So it is above our procurement charge. So, but it's also, we have the right to choose this company. It's not like we have to go
Yeah.
to an RFP for this or go out to bid because they fit our needs and obviously the town uses them. We work with the town on a lot of things. So there's no one that's gonna be cheaper anyway, so.
Well, just to give you a basic, last year I got a price from the people that we currently use. And to get the new
Yeah.
software, they were coming in at 62,000. That was last year's price, so I don't know what
That's
this year's
not
price would be, but I'm
yeah.
sure it went up a little bit.
Yeah.
But, so, that's
Yeah.
just to give you an idea that they are
not
in the
close.
ballpark, it's not,
Yeah, it's ridiculous what.
What's the RFP threshold?
well,
Well, it's broken out over years. It's 30,000.
the way that it works is that generally you have to go to bid for anything over $30,000. I need to talk to the attorney, from NICOM to verify that we can do this because we're kind of in emergency mode right now,
That-
using it off of the old server. Like I said, it's no longer under service, just to get it up and running to work so that we can limp along until hopefully we can get
It's
this
obsolete.
approved.
It is
Um,
obsolete.
We had to pay $3,500 just to get it to work,
Turn on, yeah.
just to turn it back
I
on.
understand.
So if it goes out, it's gonna be another 3,500 and like I said, I don't know. 100%. This is all very quickly happening in the past week. So, I
What's-
mean,
what's the
obviously, we're
what's the
gonna purchase
liability?
we're gonna purchase
No.
according to whatever
What are
the
they gonna
state is.
If it disappears.
Well, that-
If something goes wrong with this.
Oh,
old
yeah, well,
server
then
and
our
you move the
entire-
Information.
Yeah.
Remaining backed up.
Surely
It
don't-
backs
So,
up. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. And what they provide, this company provides 3 years of solid backup, like you entered it in their system. And anything more than 3 years, because we have to keep everything forever.
Uh-huh.
It's by law. The rest is snapshots. They'll take a screenshot of all the transactions that we have made, and then they'll be in a file as per the date of the transactions or date range.
Yeah.
So we'll always have that
These reports have
access and
generates-
reporting,
Yeah.
but the last 3 years, which
Or-
you're not really going much further back than that when you need to, like, say we have a 3-year contract. It's kind of the longest one we'll have. So if we haven't paid someone in 3 years, they'll still be in the system.
Do municipalities get audited?
We got
Oh,
audited.
yeah,
Yeah.
we just
Oh, yeah.
did.
Yeah, we got
Um,
audited my first year.
And like I said, my intention is to absolutely,
with
under
flying
no
colors.
circumstance am I gonna purchase anything without the approval of NICOM
Right.
attorney
Yeah.
saying, yes, go ahead. If for some reason she says, no, you gotta go out to bid, what I'm asking for tonight is either approval to purchase, assuming that the NICOM attorney
Or
comes
go out
out
to
and
bid.
approves this, that says we can purchase without doing a bid. If not, I want permission to go out to bid immediately.
I'll make that motion.
Yeah.
Okay, motion by trustee Mentor, seconded by trustee
Sorry to
Gregor.
make you talk through that. I was just curious what the.
No, that's fine. We've been kind of pulling our hair out about this. It is super expensive and it's silly to think that, this is when QuickBooks is, $60 a month.
And the intention is for the funds to come from tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll give us afford us the ability for not only our visitors to pay for their parking tickets online at our website. It'll also afford our residents to pay their taxes and water bills on
Pay everything
Online,
on. be able to
without
pay on.
having
So
to
it's
come
not-
in. Right
it's
now, we're
totally
cash,
updating-
but we're gonna be updating everything. Yeah.
Oh, no, putting water bill online?
Pay your water bill online.
That's great.
Okay. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Mayor votes aye. So next special board meeting will be January 21st, which is next Wednesday at 9 AM. I believe a couple of you had signified you could make it.
I can.
I'll be there.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. And it's gonna be, we can approve our transfers and audits from, which was like 2 days after we normally would do it because Normally, we're the third, Monday.
We just had to have time. I'm literally putting the stuff into the system now.
Yeah, no,
trying
I
to catch
hear
up.
Chief, you got something?
I do, if I could indulge.
Absolutely. Come on up.
For the,
We still need to do that.
Yeah, we gotta do water.
right around the first of the year, we had received notification, we as a fire department. I received notification that the state and Governor Hochul are trying to help out the fire service with another grant. We got together, tried to decide what we were gonna need that the grant would work for, and we're a little late getting it here in order to get approval for the resolution to go ahead with that. What I'm looking for tonight is kind of a conceptual approval to continue on with the project, to get the actual resolution maybe at your next meeting.
We'll do it tonight. Oh, we can do it tonight.
We are under the gun. They only give us till the end of February to continue. And,
Do you need help with this?
I'm sorry.
Do you need help with this?
John is gonna be spearheading this. He's talked with Dan over next door.
That was my,
Dan seems to
yeah.
be very aware of what's necessary, thinks the concept and the items that we selected and the amounts are doable, and, we just need the okay to continue. Once you get into it, I guess you have to budget or allocate or something funds for it until they come in and then you
Yeah.
get reimbursed.
We did some reimbursement, right?
Something like that, and, that's what we'd like to do. So,
You know, just for the resolution, do you know how much you're gonna be looking for approximately? or-
we've looking at some pretty big ticket items, the air compressor, our breathing air compressor.
Mhm.
We're looking to do that. It seems to be the best place to get that replaced or to get that, done. And our extrication tools is the other big one there.
Jaws of Life?
I'm sorry.
Jaws of Life?
Well, yeah, that's kind of a brand name.
Yeah.
We haven't decided on a brand name yet, but anybody that's had a cordless tool in their hands knows how much more efficient they are to use other than corded, if you will.
Mhm.
So,
And how expensive they are.
I'm sorry.
And how expensive they are for good
Yeah,
ones.
the air compressor is 160s plus minus installation. We're still looking at that kind of stuff. And then the extrication tools are another 60, 70, 80.
Is that for ambient air to breathe,
The,
for your Scott packs
for
or?
the air.
Or air
for
packs, whatever.
SCBA's and the scoopers. So
Right.
What's the total amount that, I think they're looking?
We're playing with 250,000.
200 somewhere, yeah.
That's the total grant, application?
Well, I'm not sure what
Mhm.
the upper limits are. This is what we thought we could make work at this point in time. If you're saying go for more.
I,
there a
sky's the
downside?
limit, but I mean, there's no downside.
No,
going
outside of
for-
trying-
The cost of the grant is cost of the grant, not
Right.
not what you're spending.
Is there a match on this grant or?
The way that I understand it, it's 100% from the state.
Okay.
Mr. Cap?
And Dan is helping you with it because we do have,
I spoke with Dan, there's different parts of the grant and different ways to apply. The best option for us, time-wise and information-wise, is gonna be applying under the village's umbrella. If the fire company applies for it, it's a lot more involved, and the fire company doesn't really own the tools.
it's actually cleaner for us to apply for it.
It's a lot easier from what Dan sent out a few email questions.
Right.
There is, he might be able to provide a little bit more context for the municipal end of it, but, that would go into next year's budget. It's not awarded until summer.
Correct.
To the best of our understanding, it's 100% match. Like,
100% match or?
you dish out the money and then be reimbursed.
Yeah, 100% reimbursement, no match.
They're not awarded the grant until July, so
Okay.
that's the hard part, and part of the grant application is on this E-grants through, DHSES through the state. I don't know if that's an account you guys might already have open or.
Maybe. Yeah, I think we do, but I was gonna say,
But
Dan
it a
is,
short timeline and-
part of Dan's contract is to apply for grants for us, and I would, use that to one of the grants for this year to
Right.
have Dan apply for it on our behalf. If not, we also have, Beth Gillis, at our disposal with the Lake Champlain, and Lake George Regional Planning Board, who is an excellent grant writer. So you need help, we'll facilitate that. And
I'd ask that you just send me the information as far as the name of the grant and all of
Yeah,
that you're
it's,
applying for, so I can get it
E-Fire.
in the resolution.
E-Fire?
Be fire.
What was the name of E-Fire? I didn't-
V,
E-Fire.
he is in Victor.
I can forward the email up to you.
Thank you.
Sounds good. I will conceptually make a motion for, to resolve to support the
To go
fire
for the
company and allow them, to go for this Be Fire grant. I'll take a second on that.
Second it.
Seconded by trustee Master Domenico. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye on this added in vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Mayor votes aye. All right, you're on.
Thank you.
Thank you. So next special board meeting, will be, the 21st at 9 a.m. and a regular board for the month of February will be February 9th because of the President's Day holiday,
Okay.
or February
That's the
23rd.
question I've got.
What's better for you guys? I'm gonna change this to.
I had the 9th already down,
You
so
don't have a new calendar yet.
23rd might not be.
The
too
9th
good.
is better for me.
Yeah, I mean.
9th is
I
better?
won't, I won't be around
Got it.
23rd.
All right, let's do the 9th.
Okay.
We don't need to vote on that. No, nope. Water changes. I didn't even see if we had any final reads. We did. 3 final reads. Take a motion to approve water changes.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
Second the motion.
seconded by trustee Mentor. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Mayor votes aye. Tim, you got any?
Just, I'd like to just circle back real quick about the IT. Just, for wastewater treatment plant.
Yeah.
Collectively, as a village, we need one, provider for that type of support
For managed services.
and services.
Yeah.
I got money in my budget already for this, budget cycle for some of my work, but I mean, technology, it changes so fast. I mean, things become obsolete so fast and, for one department to have this guy, it's really. quite-
Yeah.
Can't
I
handle
agree.
it. Some, got the budget for it pretty much every year. It's the way it's changed.
Yeah. We did interview a couple of people. We have one left to do and, which is, when he gets we're waiting for the report from the server migration, and with some recommendations. He also does managed services as well, and he's right in Queensbury, so. We're gonna interview Al. Don't know his last name.
It's the same as his first name. His name is, it's like
Al.
it's like Al. His first name and his second name are literally the last list initials. First name's an I and last name's got no.
Okay.
It's the same exact, it's like Algieri and Algiero or something like that.
Al, yeah, Al, that's Al.
Keep it easy.
So yeah, I agree. We should have that all in one house. Initially, I remember kind of you had your own up there and,
Yeah, when it was all-
yeah.
My firewall.
yeah,
Are you talking about just at the plant or all across?
I think the water department too.
And then the water department?
Really, no one's really looking over. That aspect.
Yeah,
Becoming mandated.
there's lots of reasons it's important.
Oh, yeah.
But is the equipment and the software at the wastewater plant similar or the same as at the treatment plant? Water treatment
No,
plant?
the water treatment plant's much older.
Well, the water treatment
I
plant
mean,
is older, but they
would
both
the
use the same
guy, would
SCADA.
the
system.
same guy, so it's SCADA. So
SCADA.
The same guy could in theory service both places.
Yes.
and Yeah, that's,
Well, my skating guy won't touch my firewall. That's nice. He won't work
That Dominic.
So do you,
Midnight.
you're looking for network?
Yeah.
Network guy. It's like
Yeah.
Tech Two or
Computer
similar.
management.
Yeah.
Updates.
Somebody in the background.
Gotcha. I
updating
wasn't
us all the
sure, I
time,
wasn't
making
sure if it
all of our
was
stuff's updated.
industrial specific or not. It's just network stuff,
I'm a pen and paper guy.
just regular network. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Cool.
You tech guys, I don't know, I'm pen and paper, sorry.
I've learned a lot about it
Advocates.
over the last like 5 or 6 years, unfortunately.
Keith, you got anything?
Expensive.
On, Kennedy Street to see what happens in the next 2 days or 2 weeks.
See what happens.
The state's been out there, they marked it out.
I saw him, yeah, I saw him last week.
So, other than that, you know, it's really kind of quiet actually.
It was a nice new blacktop surface.
Was.
Well, it's the second hole we have.
It's theirs, it's their whole, their road.
Well, it's their road, but
our
it's
town.
our water.
Yeah.
So until they make a decision or the weather is suitable, then we'll see if there is an actual water issue of some kind, or maybe there's an old oil drum in the underneath. it.
Well, let's hope not.
Yeah,
We've tried, I mean, just to bring, Keith can provide an update. We tried other valves. We found a valve on the other side of the street. Now, it's not, it hasn't not been done that the service main on the west side of the street serves things on the east side of the street, because it's older. But they would do a loop and go into the sidewalk where, so the shut off could be there and then cross the street underground.
yeah.
We tried that with an old valve that we're not even quite sure where it goes. It was in the off position. We made sure it was in the off position. We just don't know where that line is.
So, and the state's kind of sitting on their hands for now, just to see what happens weather-wise and all that kind of stuff, so.
You gotta kind of expose it, right?
Yeah, you have to.
You have to just dig it up and.
I mean, it's not ideal to work on transite lines. And I think this one's cast,
Yeah.
It's like pipe.
Yeah.
Proximity is mostly cast.
okay, cast,
But
so
there is,
cast is a little easier to work with in the winter
Yeah.
conditions, but
How
transite,
how big is the?
it's a 10-inch line or
uh,
8-inch
well,
line.
that one's 6-inch on that side.
On that side, 6, and the other side's 8, right?
Just curious.
Big,
Yeah, it's a lot of water.
a lot of water. So that's it. Chief, you got anything else?
Once the camera goes up.
All right. Anything?
Got enough?
We still have ice.
We still have ice.
We do.
I'm good.
Go, Trustee Gregor? I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion.
So ordered.